You guys are watching Lubed for January the 22nd, 2024. Wow, is there a lot of stuff to talk about on this particular episode as the Edmonton Oilers make Canadian franchise, NHL franchise history on Hockey Day in Canada on the weekend by defeating the Calgary Flames for their 13th in a row. Unreal. Unbeatable. Unbelievable. Unbeatable. Whatever words that come to mind. This is great. This is great. Then we learned on Sunday morning that it's official. Corey Perry has signed with the Edmonton Oilers. I worked late today. I was actually kind of worried that I'd be coming on a little bit later. I just got home literally like half an hour ago, quick shower. And luckily I had all my graphics and all that stuff prepared already for today. So it didn't really hamper the fact that I would get delayed. But I was getting a little concerned there because we did have to do some overtime today. That being said, guys, if I do come on a little bit late, I will try to repost or do the other time frame at maybe I'll bump it up to 7 o'clock or so if I'm not on at 6, because sometimes stuff happens and I just can't be here. Luckily today I was able to rush and get on. But yeah, enough about me. Let's talk about what we witnessed on the weekend as the Edmonton Oilers defeat the Calgary Flames. Beautiful game. Rewrote history. We're going to talk about that. Perry has signed with the Edmonton Oilers, and I also realized that there was a presser. I haven't even had a chance to watch the presser yet, so I'll be watching that right after this episode with Holland introducing Perry as an Edmonton Oiler. Then they play the Blue Jackets tomorrow, which you would think that the streak should continue because the Blue Jackets have really had an awful time this year. And then if you're joining me live, I'd love to hear your thoughts on Corey Perry. If not, chime in and I'll try to get back to you if you just leave messages in the comments section below. So let's dive into the Edmonton Oilers and the Calgary Flames game. The Battle of Alberta, and they wore the unis from the Winter Classic, and I believe they will be doing that for each and every single Calgary Flame game. And once again, the Oilers come out on top, defeating the Calgary Flames. We're going to get into that, but I want to play a little video excerpt of Connor McDavid's post-game interview as he took a bit of a poke at Mark Spector, and I liked it. I actually thought it was really good. Let's get into that right now.
It's been the same personnel, the same roster, the same skill set, and yet now you guys, for 11 consecutive games, have allowed 2 goals or less. What's changed in that department?
I'm waiting for Spec to write an article on the defensive side of the game, but I guess we'll keep waiting for that. But we're playing well defensively. Skin's playing well, getting contributions from all over. Heim's selling out, blocking that shot at the end. The D-men have played great. Just good, solid hockey.
All right, I don't know if there was a little hiccup there. I hope you guys got to see it all, because it kind of hiccuped on my end of things. But yeah, it was a hiccup, he basically gave Mark Spector a shot about his article writing and all that kind of stuff. It was quite awesome to see. And, Mark Spector can sometimes be a bit, I don't even want to get into it, but a little bit much with some of his interviews and all that kind of stuff. So let's get into the game breakdown. It was the Edmonton Oilers 3, the Calgary Flames 1. The shots on goal were 32-27 for the Edmonton Oilers. The power play opportunities, they were 0 for 2. Their power play is not what it was last year, but you know what? I'll take it for what I'm seeing. Their penalty kill is amazing. So it's kind of a fair swap. Their penalty kill wasn't that great last year. So this year it's better and their power play isn't as good. But I'll take it. They're winning games. They're right in the mix of things again. Again, the penalty kill, 0 for 3, 100%. Face-off win percentage, 46%. So Calgary was actually managing the dot a little bit better, slightly better than the Oilers. But regardless, the Oilers were still able to overcome. And there was that very fluky goal. We'll get into that in a bit here as I run through the scoring summary here, which I should have actually done it beforehand, but I did not. Is it the Stars? No, sorry. Stuart Skinner, 1 goal, 26 saves, a .963 save percentage. And my 3 stars, Stuart Skinner again. I have to keep him in there, saving 26 of 27. Ryan McLeod is my 2nd star. And I'm going to go off the board a little bit here. I'm going to go with Dylan Holloway as my 3rd star. I just loved his work ethic that he brought to that game. He might have not got points, but I loved what he was doing. I love a lot of the stuff that he was doing. So he's my 3rd star. As far as the scoring summary goes, now I usually get into the scoring summary first. Forgive me, guys, I'm a little tired. I just got off work. So let's get into that, as it did start with Ryan McLeod getting his 9th of the year from Vinny Desharnais and Warren Foegele at 15:03 of the first. In the second period, Mackenzie Weegar would tie the game, and that was assisted by Blake Coleman. That was 1 minute and 58 seconds into the second period. Then we would go to the third period. It was a tight played game, and Sam Gagner would absolutely get a fluky goal. Even by my standards, it was a very fluky goal. It was kind of a bank off the pad and just kind of found its way in, but he will get the assist from CC and Holloway. That was at 1:39 of the third period to give them the 2-1 lead. It was a pretty tight affair. And then Zach Hyman would get his 28th of the year on an empty netter from Ryan Nugent-Hopkins at 19:25. They have the stars listed as Dan Vladar for the 1st star, Stuart Skinner the 2nd star, and Warren Foegele the 3rd star. That's their listing of stars, but whatever. Yeah, it was an interesting game. Happy the Oilers were. I was really hoping that streak wouldn't die at the hand of the Calgary Flames. I was really hoping for that, but luckily it didn't happen. All right. The Edmonton Oilers, with that win, rewrite history. Or Canadian history. Now, 17 wins in a row, I believe, is by the 92-93 Pittsburgh Penguins. That is the NHL record for the longest winning streak in NHL history. They're close to that. We'll see if they can do it. But I'm proud of them regardless, whatever. If it ends tomorrow against Columbus, whatever. I'm proud of them. Them getting a Canadian streak. This Canadian streak goes back decades, okay? We're talking about the Montreal Canadiens 1967-68 team had a 12-game winning streak. We're talking Jean Beliveau. We're talking, I don't even remember all the names. I had them all pulled up, but I don't have them now. Some very, very big names. Jacques Lemaire was on that team. Gump Worsley. Like, there was some Hall of Fame players, legends of the game that were on that team. And the Edmonton Oilers surpassed that team. Isn't that crazy when you think about it? Like, I'm a hockey nerd. So for me to see that, it's like, wow, like, so impressive that they can do that. So congratulations to the Edmonton Oilers as they rewrite it. Can't say enough about this team. It's such a weird year. Like, wow. This, I'm not even kidding you. This is probably going to be the most memorable season that I've watched the Edmonton Oilers since the 80s, since they won the Stanley Cups. Okay? Like, that's how bizarre. This is one of those years that I'll be thinking of in 20 or 30 years from now. Do you remember 2023, 2024 season? That was crazy. Yeah, that'll be me. So yeah. And then Sunday morning, we get the news that the Edmonton Oilers signed Corey Perry. Now, we knew that the Oilers were one of the teams that were in the mix. And then we're starting to hear rumors late last week that the Oilers were pretty much one of the front runners. And then Sunday morning, I get a call from my good buddy in Edmonton, Steve. Thank you, Steve. He was the first one to break the news to me that it's done. He's going to sign. And then after that, I started going out and looking at all the Twitter feeds and all the stuff. And yep, there was a lot of stuff, a lot of buzz saying, yep, Corey's going to sign with Edmonton. I like this signing. I really, really like this signing because he brings a lot to the table. He brings that grit. He is a Stanley Cup champion. He was a Stanley Cup runner-up. Unfortunately, for 3 years in a row with Dallas, Montreal, and the Tampa Bay Lightning, all losing to the teams that were playing against them that particular year. But yeah, he's a 2007 Stanley Cup winner. He's a 2011 Hart Memorial Trophy. Two-time Olympic champion, 2010, 2014. Three-time Stanley Cup finalist. And that's what I just mentioned, 20, 21, and 22. And he's played 1,273 NHL regular season games, 196 playoff games, 474 goals, and 42 assists, I believe, for a total of 1,016. It's very tiny, so I'm really squinting to try to read it. Has almost won at every level, if not has. I didn't really thoroughly go over it, but he's a very well-established player. A lot of people have a mixed bag about him, but guys, we had a mixed bag about Zach Cassian when he came on. He turned out pretty good for us. We had a big mixed feeling about Evander King. He turned out pretty good for us. So I think Corey Perry will turn out pretty good. A lot of the stuff that happened a few months ago, everyone knows it's been exonerated as BS, like absolute BS, the whole rumor stuff that was going on 2 months ago with him. He did apologize to the Blackhawk organization for whatever happened that had something to do with alcohol, as he said he was going to go in and get treatment and get himself cleared up. He's been cleared to play by Gary Bettman. So obviously, if it was something of significance, like what Slavov Vonov did for the LA Kings, he got booted out of the league, right? So obviously, Corey Perry did something that he regrets probably. But he brings a lot of tenacity. It's not like the Oilers are really using up a lot of cap space to sign him for this year. He is only signed for the year, for now anyway. I like the signing. I don't think it's going to be a bad thing at all. I do have a little bit of concerns because the Oilers are rolling in pretty hot right now. But I think he's just going to add that element, that little punch. Because that punch, ever since Evander Kane got the injury to his wrist, that punch was pretty much by Evander Kane. Now, he still brings it a little bit, don't get me wrong. But it seems like it isn't as much. And with Corey Perry in there, he's going to bring some of that tenacity, some of that bite, some of that dirtiness. And I hate to say it, when he was an Anaheim Duck, I hated the guy. I hated Corey Perry when he was an Anaheim Duck. So when a guy gets to my emotions that much, you know that when he's on your side, you're going to love him. So I think you guys are going to really enjoy Corey Perry being on the Edmonton Oilers. He is going to wear the number 90, 90. So it's going to be interesting to see him. Yeah, I'm looking totally forward for this. Okay, guys, up next, tomorrow night, the Blue Jackets are in town. Now, this is a team that is struggling to say the least. Let's see if I got the standings. I do got the standings pulled up here. Actually, I'll have it when I pull up the actual page on this. So let's get into that. 1 second. All right. I'm a little tired, guys. Like I said, I just got off work. So the Oilers going into this game have a record of 26-15-1 on a 13-game heater. I'm going to remind you guys again. I don't think you need to be. And they are third in the Pacific with 53 points. The Blue Jackets, however, kind of an opposite kind of end of the spectrum, as their record is 14-22-9, dead last in the Metro with 37 points. This is a team that's looking to build for the future. They signed Johnny Gaudreau. He hasn't really shown up this year. Patrick Laine. These are guys that are just not playing to their caliber of talent that they played when they were in their respective teams. Laine with Winnipeg. Gaudreau obviously was doing a lot better in Calgary. So they've really, really gone down in their abilities. Yeah. I don't know what to say about this. This is one thing you got to remember, though. This is still an NHL caliber team. This is a team that could still take that streak away from the Oilers. If the Oilers go into this game taking them lightly, they could be in trouble. But that being said, I don't think they are going to take them lightly. But a team like the Blue Jackets also know that something that to lift their spirits would be beating the Edmonton Oilers. So they're going to bring their everything tomorrow in this game, and it should be a pretty good game. I'm a little nervous about it because I want to see this streak. I want to see them try to get the record for the most wins. I want to see them hit 18. I know that's a little greedy of me, but it'd be neat, man. If the Oilers can hit 18, it would be something else. All right. I think that's about all I got for tonight, guys. As we're going to get into final comments and final thoughts, and I was hoping you guys would chime in. I'd love to hear what you guys think about Corey Perry and his signing. I may pull up a poll vote on that next time. I thought I was going to do it this time, but I guess I didn't. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see where this takes us, as it should be good. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for tonight. It's going to be interesting. I'm hoping that he'll be in the lineup tomorrow night. He did practice with the with the rest of the guys on the team today, so yeah, I'm kind of hoping to see him in the lineup tomorrow night. It'll be interesting to see what he brings and if he's ready to go. I don't know if he will or not because he's had a few months off. They might need to get his skating a little bit up to speed, but you know, he is 38 years old. He's not exactly the young pup that he was, but he still brings that element of tenacity to his game, and I'm looking forward to the Corey Perry era, and we'll see. I can't wait to watch this presser that I'm going to be watching in a few minutes here, as I basically sign out of this episode. Okay, guys, if you are witnessing this channel for the very first time and like the content I bring, feel free to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. It would be much appreciated. And for the rest of you guys who hung in there thick and thin, I salute you guys. Nice to know that you still stuck around with me throughout all my blunders and future blunders to come. You guys are the best. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap this up for tonight, and we will see you possibly Wednesday night. I'm just going to double check all the scheduling. I would think Wednesday night, because I do think they play Thursday night. So I'm going to try to make an effort of doing an episode Wednesday night, and we're going to discuss the Blue Jackets game and whatever news that came out of it. Maybe if Corey Perry plays tomorrow night, we'll discuss that. You guys have a great night. I'm out of here.